Mic check, mic check. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is Martha with Light Diamond Creative. Thanks for listening. This is the meditation audio series, and we are discussing meditation, the science behind it, as well as sharing the 9 chakra system, which is of Tibetan Buddhist origin, passed down to me through an anointed Buddhist monk, Vajra Darshan. Before we get into today's topic, which is the Hara and personal mission activation, before we get into that topic, I would like to share with you just a few things. Again, my name is Martha with Light Diamond Creative. I am a biologist and meditation guide here in the Northwest Arkansas area. We have in-person classes that are available for you in multiple locations. On Wednesday and Thursday nights, you can have an in-person meditation class at the Human Experience beginning at 7:30 p.m. That is a 75-minute class. You can also find me guiding meditation classes in Eureka Springs at the Eureka Springs Community Center. Those meditation classes are on Fridays and Saturdays at 11 a.m. for 1 hour. And for more information on those, you can check out the websites of the Human Experience. Just Google the Human Experience Fayetteville, or you can Google Eureka Springs Community Center and find the information there. There is a special event coming up, one at the Human Experience and again at Eureka Springs Community Center. This special event is called the Empath Development Workshop. It is what it sounds like. If you resonate with the idea that you are an empath, come check out this event. We're going to be learning about the science of the electromagnetic field, and we are going to be strengthening our personal field through the awareness of what it means to be an empath on Earth at this time. We are also going to go into a 9 chakra meditation, this special 9 chakra meditation of Buddhist origin, in order to develop our field, strengthen our field so that we can navigate at least a little bit easier. So I would love to see you at those events. The one at the Human Experience is on Saturday, March 18th, and the one at Eureka Springs Community Center is Monday, March 20th. More information available on those websites. You can find Light Diamond Creative on Instagram, on YouTube, on Venmo, and Light Diamond Creative is a creative platform. Again, this content is specifically focused on the meditation audio series, but there's a lot more that's available to you for free. So go check out Light Diamond Creative and follow on Instagram. Feel free to like this video if you feel like you're benefiting from the material. And if you are really enjoying the material, please consider subscribing, helping to grow the channel so that this information gets to more people through the magic that is the algorithm. If you have not listened to another episode up to this point, I highly recommend going back to the beginning. You don't have to. You're a sovereign being. You can do whatever you want. But if you want to maximize, optimize the information as it is coming from me to you, I recommend going and checking it out from the start. Today, we are focusing in on the topic that is the Hara and personal mission activation. We already discussed the Hara and the perspective of it within the structure that is the 9 chakra system of Tibetan Buddhist origin, which is, again, why I'd recommend going to listen to the previous episodes because it goes more in depth. But we'll just touch on it real quick. In the 9 chakra system, the Hara is the energy wheel that is located at the navel. It's above the root. It's chakra number 2 in the 9 chakra system. Chakra number 3, just for relativity, would be in the opening of the ribs. So if you're familiar with the 7 chakra system, this area of the Hara, we could actually consider to be the lower half of the sacral. The Hara and personal mission activation. We spoke on in previous episodes how the Hara has the key phrase, the focus point of personal responsibility, personal mastery. I can say that when I've personally meditated in this space, and I've been meditating with this system since October 2018, when I've personally meditated in this space, there's a whole array of things that can come up. And whatever comes up is really unique to you and where you are individually on your journey. So I'm just sharing what I've experienced. It's not necessarily what you will. However, what I've found when meditating in the space of the Hara and exploring the concept and the feeling of personal responsibility and personal mastery, I have found, especially after doing some clearing in this space, like trauma healing, that clears out space for other activations to come in. And one of those activations, what I found, is the personal mission activation. Not only in this space did I, contemplate personal responsibility and, my role in my own trauma. And not only did I meditate into a space of, oh, my to-do list has this, and this on it. This is what I need to do today. Meditating it in that space every day will bring up different things. And in the longer run, after meditating in that space for a while and focusing on personal responsibility and personal mastery, after clearing out and creating room for new energy to come in and activate and grow this space into a healthy state energetically, what I found is that we can meditate in this space to become clearer on our life mission. That's a big one. What is my life mission? What is our life mission? At the Hara, with the concept being self-responsibility or, in a more advanced state, self-mastery, what does self-mastery begin with but knowing the self? Self-mastery, how can I master myself if I don't know myself? And so first begins the process of knowing myself. What are my behaviors? What are my needs? What are my wants? What do I like? What am I passionate about? What work do I enjoy? These are all questions that we can ask ourselves, which will help to illuminate the work that we came here to do. And I don't mean work like, oh man, gotta get this check. I mean the work that lights us up to the point where we do it out of love and all of the abundance that we need or want is present because we are so giving with whatever our gift is, whatever our mission is. We're so in the alignment of passion. We come into this space where we know what we're passionate about. We know what lights us up when we work. We know the work that brings us to life. When we know that about ourselves, we're really opening up space to receive information from our higher self, from source, from the divine, whatever you want to call it. And when I say the divine, I mean the divine of the internal self as much as I mean the divine of the external. The Buddhist perspective and a lot of other Eastern traditions says that you are an extension of divinity. You are made of stardust. You are an expression of source energy. Therefore, you are divine. You are source. You are this infinite, powerful, incredible energy that is the same as what everything else is, and at the same time you are uniquely different, and only you can activate your own blueprint. Only you can know exactly what you came here to do. Now, you might have some help along the way. You might have a soul tribe or someone that is able to help keep you on the path or bring you in one direction or another. But you are the one who can connect with your higher self, the one self. You are the one that can connect to divine source energy to receive information on what is it that I came to Earth to do? I think of like this vision that I had when we were in 2020, and a lot of us were activated in that point, and a lot of us have been searching for what is the work that I'm supposed to do, because this ish is effed up right now, and I know I'm here to help fix it. I know I'm here to help make an imprint positively for the longevity of Earth at large. You know, a lot of us know that. So this vision that I had during 2020, it was a waking vision, and I saw myself in a ship. Now, take or reject whatever you want. This is just my personal experience. I had a vision of being on a ship in space looking at Earth. I'm in the command center, whatever is the main pilot space of the ship, where the big window is and all the keyboards for, getting around, buzzing at the speed of light. I'm in this space, and there's another with me, and they have a clipboard, and on the clipboard there's a list of agreements. And in that vision, that moment, I'm with this being looking at the list of agreements and things that are part of my mission, and this person saying, and this, and I'm like, yeah, okay, and this, okay, and this, okay, and it's probably going to be like this, okay, I accept. That was my agreement of what I would be doing when I came here. And I already knew, I was already shown that it might be difficult getting to a point of clarity so that I can remember what I came here for. But once I do get to that point of remembering what I came here for, that will light me up in a way to where I am aligning with that mission, with those tasks, with those agreements, so that they may be fulfilled. And they're not just tasks that are things that suck. The tasks that we're given, the agreements that we make before coming here, I believe are tasks and agreements that are in alignment with our passions, with our soul blueprint, with what makes us a unique individual. So like my agreements are different than your agreements, but perhaps can we fathom the idea that before we incarnated on Earth, we had this list. We had some sort of someone that was there with us to tell us what it might be like on Earth at this time, because they're like, hey, this place is turbulent. That's why we need you. They're like going through this list. They're like, hey, we know it's a long list. We know that shit might get crazy out there. But, we also know that you're capable. And then we're over here like, yeah, we are capable. We're like this intergalactic being. And we have before we came to Earth, we knew ourselves so well that we knew, even though we'd lose ourselves once we got here because of the general environment. I'm not talking about the natural one. We knew before we came here what it would be like, but we also knew that even though the environment and the programs, even though these programs would essentially assist in our forgetting and our diminishment, we knew we would come through the other side to a point of clarity to where we would align with our missions and act in our passions, activate our individual soul blueprint so that we can walk forward among Earth in this current state, still feeling good because we're doing what we are meant to do. And even though it might be difficult, even though there have been incredible challenges, what if we chose to come here? And that is what I learned from seeing this vision. I chose to come here. I knew the general lineup of what things would be like. I knew in advance that some of the system needed a little bit of rearrangement. I knew that I might forget, but I also knew myself so well that I knew in spite of everything, I would come to a point of clarity and remember who I am and come into that alignment. And I'm not the only one that knew that. And if you're getting chills right now, you knew that too. You knew what would be here when you got here. And because you're a freaking champion, you came here anyways. Whew! Get me lit up. I've got chills. So the Hara, the benefit of meditating in this space and clearing trauma and clearing stagnant energy from this space is receiving these activations. And maybe you wouldn't receive it in a vision. Maybe you'd receive it in another way. A knowing, claircognizant, a knowing being downloaded into you where suddenly you are like, this is it. This is what I'm meant to do. And one thing that has helped me is another download that came, and that download or that information that came through to me in 2020 that does relate to the Hara is this. It was like an angel speaking in my ear, and they said, if you become as authentic as possible, if you behave and think and speak and act within your pure, authentic spirit's blueprint, everything else will fall into place. If your only goal is to be as authentic as possible, to be as clearly yourself as possible, if your only goal is that and you forget everything else, everything will come into alignment and you will get everything you need, and eventually you will get some of the stuff that you want, and eventually, you really won't be existing in scarcity at all. What about that download? What about that information? What if it is true that as we come into individual, authentic alignment and expression, everything else takes care of itself? The money, the house, the food, the basic needs met. The relationships, boom, connected. What if it all falls in place and all it takes is our journey to become ourselves and let go of anything else that is keeping us from being in our authenticity? What if that's the answer? That is the Hara and personal mission activation. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Please take the time to go listen to some of the other episodes. If you enjoyed this piece, I am so happy that you've been here with me. It lights me up to share this information with you, and I feel aligned with my authentic expression when I speak this way. So thank you all for being part of my personal journey through mission activation. I'll see you all in the next episode. Peace.